Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up, Mount Pleasant baseball walked it off in unique fashion, but first, today's top stories. Moorfield Electric is raising funds to support the Pallmeyer family after their 13-year-old son, Jacob Pallmeyer, tragically died in a house fire northeast of Mount Pleasant. The family's employer of over 10 years, Michael Moorfield, created a GoFundMe campaign to provide aid and relief. The fire occurred on 220th Street around 11:30 p.m., resulting in the complete loss of the home. The Henry County Sheriff's Office and the Iowa State Fire Marshal's Office are investigating the incident. Moorfield Electric is coordinating the relief efforts, and donations can be made directly or through the GoFundMe page. A spaghetti dinner fundraiser will also take place on June 23rd at Mount Pleasant Christian School. The community has shown immense support by fulfilling the family's immediate needs for home furnishings. The funds raised will assist the family with clothing, daily necessities, meals, funeral arrangements, and finding new housing. Dozens of people gathered at the Washington Public Library on Monday night to observe Juneteenth, marking the end of slavery in the U.S. They watched and discussed the movie Till, which tells the story of Mamie Till Mobley, the mother of Emmett Till, a 14-year-old boy who was lynched in 1955. The event sparked important conversations about race in America. Michael Devon, a guest speaker and brother of a local pastor, emphasized the need for understanding the discussion rather than blame. During the group discussion, it was noted that Washington, a predominantly white community, still faced issues of racism. Advocates stressed that the fight against racism required actively recognizing and challenging assumptions rooted in racist ideas. Some attendees, including a white audience member, expressed skepticism about the broader community's responsibility for racism. However, Anthony Devon argued that everybody subconsciously saw color and had preconceived notions about race. The event shed light on ongoing racial challenges faced by communities across America. Construction projects on Lowell Hill and Ash Avenue in Henry County are progressing well, according to an update from County Engineer Jake Hotchkiss. On Lowell Hill, contractors have placed a modified subbase for the asphalt on approximately 1,700 feet of road. The road department has also added a 7-foot shoulder to improve safety. Crews are currently removing waste material from the project site, causing a temporary one-lane closure. Hotchkiss mentioned that while there may be some delays due to construction, progress has been smooth so far. The final phase of the project will involve replacing crossroad pipes and creating a short section. The Ash Avenue Culvert project south of Hillsboro is also advancing, with crews currently backfilling the completed culvert. Paving work is expected to commence in the coming weeks. The estimated timeline for the Ash Avenue project is 2 months, with detours in place during construction. Members of the Washington School Board discussed new extracurricular activities guides during their recent meeting. The document for the 2023-24 school year contains various provisions, but drew particular attention to a section about spectator behavior at events. The proposed rules, based on guidelines from another school district, outline consequences for spectators who are asked to leave. The consequences include a meeting with the district activities director and suspension from the next scheduled event for a first offense, meeting with superintendent and suspension from the next 5 scheduled events for second offense, and 1-year suspension from all district extracurricular activities for a third offense. Some board members raised concerns about the clarity of the policy, such as what constitutes the next event and the enforcement procedures. The school board plans to vote on the rules as their regular meeting in July after revisions are made. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
Bring the kids and share the memories from steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Maybe your memories are of great food from the North Village to the Log Village, or learning how to square dance over at the Dance Barn. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2023 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 31st through September 4th in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tony Starr and Mike Welcher in Mount Pleasant today.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Coming up, your 5-day forecast, but first, obituaries. Lena Alice Allen of Sun City, Arizona, passed away on June 15th at the age of 84. Bennett Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Bruce Michael Campbell of Washington passed away on June 15th at the age of 88. A funeral service was held at 11 a.m. June 20th at the United Methodist Church. Jones and Eden Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Fred L. Tweedy of Kyoto passed away on June 16th at the age of 64. A celebration of life will be held at a later date. The Beatty Petersheim Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Douglas A. Loeffler of Brighton passed away on June 17th at the age of 67. A celebration of life will be held at a later date. Gold Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Dawn Michelle Ensminger of Washington passed away on June 16th at the age of 50. A celebration of life will be held at 11 a.m. June 22nd at the Marion Avenue Baptist Church. Jones and Eden Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Laney Glass of Richland passed away on April 30th at the age of 66. A celebration of life will be held at a later date. That was obituaries. It is now time for your 5-day forecast. We've had another day of beautiful weather with a high of 89 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow will be much the same. On Thursday, it will be 87 degrees and mostly sunny. Friday, temperatures will reach back into the 90s and it will remain mostly sunny. Finally, on Saturday, it will be the warmest day of the week with a high of 92 and partly cloudy skies. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the weather and sports.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity, line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
At Brown Shoe Fit, we pride ourselves on traditional sit and fit service that's been serving the Mount Pleasant area since 1952. At Brown's, we have shoes for the whole family. From kids to adults, we carry the finest footwear for every occasion. Whether you're looking for something for work, casual wear, or exercise, we've got you covered. And don't forget about our selection of safety toe footwear for both men and women. Come visit us 6 days a week and experience the best in traditional sit and fit service. Brown Shoe Fit, where quality and tradition meet.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports. In a doubleheader between Fairfield and Mount Pleasant at the Maple Leaf Athletic Complex, the two games ended with contrasting outcomes. In Game 1, Fairfield dominated and handed Mount Pleasant the loss with a score of 12-0. Tay Allen pitched a shutout, receiving ample support from the Trojan offense, particularly in the third inning when they scored 8 runs. Aiden Corder had 3 hits and 2 RBIs for Fairfield. In the Game 2, Mount Pleasant won in a walk-off fashion, securing a 7-6 victory. Carter Amos drove in the winning run after being hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Amos contributed 4 RBIs in the game. Both teams displayed determination and resilience throughout the doubleheader, with Fairfield's coach praising his team's effort. Mount Pleasant's coach acknowledged the contrasting performance of his team in Game 2 compared to Game 1. Washington baseball faced 2 defeats on Monday night against Keokuk, a Southeast Conference rival. The Demons were outplayed by the Chiefs with a score of 13-4 in the first game and 14-3 in the second. In the initial matchup, the Demons never held the lead as Keokuk took an early advantage with 3 runs in the first inning. Washington managed to narrow the gap to 1 run with 2 RBIs from Chase Greiner and Austin Riebling in the second inning. However, Keokuk extended their lead to 4-2 in the third. Both teams remained scoreless until the 6th inning when Isaac Vetter and Ethan Patterson drove in 2 runs to tie the game at 4-4. Keokuk surged ahead in the 7th inning, scoring 9 runs, and Washington was unable to recover. Austin Riebling had 2 hits and an RBI in the loss, while Luke Beanblossom, Vetter, Noah Greiner, Chase Greiner, and James Strabola contributed with 1 hit each. In the second game, Washington briefly led with a single run in the first inning, but Keokuk quickly took control. Despite scoring in the first 3 innings, Washington couldn't keep up with Keokuk's offensive prowess, as the Chiefs scored 6 runs in the second inning and 8 more in the fourth, ending the game early. Vetter and Patterson both had 2 hits, with Vetter recording the sole RBI. Beanblossom, Cale Williams, and Chase Greiner each added a hit. These 2 losses bring the Demons' season record to 4-14 overall and 4-7 in Southeast Conference play. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news break, and I will see